After you rolled your eyes during my vows. Okay? After you mouthed the oath while I'm coming down the aisle. After you had to fix your face about 5 times before I got there. Asking me if I want you to kiss me. Nah, bruh. You're trying to play in my face. And you would have heard something.
Hey guys, it's Ashley and
Tashara.
Patrice isn't in this episode because I'm out of town this week. She will be in episode 4 on Zoom, which we're gonna film tonight.
Okay.
So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna talk about episode 3 and also a little bit of episode 4. Let's get into it. So it starts off when Chris is at the altar waiting for Paige to come.
He was so disrespectful with it. That's the problem that I had. Because, yeah, I know you said he hit it a little bit in his face. He didn't. Because when you saw him, he looked at her and he mouthed, Immediately, if I'm the bride coming down, the first thing I'm looking at is your face to see how you look. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to mouth something so obviously I'm going to see it. Sometimes when she was saying the vows, he rolled his eyes like he literally just...
He did?
Yes.
Okay, wait. Let's start from the beginning. He was looking at Dwight. Like, when he saw her walk out, he just kind of, like, turned around and looked at Pastor Dwight, like... You see what I'm saying? And I wasn't sure at first if that was a good thing. Like, you see her, she beautiful. Mm-hmm. Or was it what I just did?
From the moment he started talking, like even his preview, he sounded stuck up. And so I didn't expect him to be like, ooh, she beautiful. I expected him to be like, I don't like her. But she's so pretty. Like, what did you want?
What do you think about her he doesn't like?
I think it's her face. Because her body's beautiful. He keeps repeating, on paper, we're perfect. So it has to be her face. Like, she has a pretty average face. She has really nice skin. It's clear. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her. I guess she just doesn't have that, maybe higher cheekbone, chisel, model-esque look. Because he said he wanted a trophy wife. Mm. And a trophy wife, they pretty in the face. Even if they ain't got no booty. As long as they dress right, they got on the finest. They just pretty in the face. I guess she was too average for him and his flashy lifestyle.
But like I said, I was confused at first. I couldn't really read it because he was smiling, giving her some nice looks. So I wasn't sure if he was just kind of concealing or trying to make her feel good.
That smile was plastic. We saw him smile. Look at how, and he was holding up, you try to smile for the picture and they're taking too long. You're just like, and imagine you're meeting dude first time. Like, put yourself in her shoes. You just saw him, and he's looking at you like you're not what I want. Mm-mm. How are you going to feel?
No.
Like, that's terrible.
And his dad seemed to really like her. He thought she was beautiful.
Pervert.
There is something with the whole family, and I don't know if you noticed, R. Kelly was sitting behind his daddy. Whole family is just... no.
I think it's weird too because the way the wife is like deathly silent at some like choice comments that he has, something ain't right.
She's so used to it. It's almost like she don't even see it happening or hear it.
Or she just chose to shut up because she want to make her marriage work.
I'm not sure if you remember this part where they were doing like the words from their friends and family.
Oh, like what advice can you give me?
Yeah, okay. That. So he was like, he likes nice things. He likes tailored suits. He likes name brands.
Now, Gucci. You're up there at the altar. Step in her shoes with me one more time.
Okay.
You're talking about your character. You're talking about how you're going to love him, what you're going to bring to the table. All of that. Are you talking about the vows, right?
No, not the vows.
Not the vows.
The words from their friends and family.
But even then, like, both are pretty much the same. Everything that someone can say about him is all the material things he likes. He's very superficial.
Mm-hmm. And then they mentioned, and he's open to the idea of a honeymoon baby.
So he was not open. He wants it. That's exactly what he was harping on, which is why that's all they had to say with he likes material things.
But the thing is, that means he talked with his family about that, right? For them to be able to put that in there. Mm-hmm. We'll keep that in mind for a later point.
Okay.
What do you think she thought of it when he said that he's open to a honeymoon baby?
Didn't she look shocked? Like, what?
Just looking like, okay.
You don't
like, y'all heard this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and his mom just looked embarrassed.
I was disappointed in the friends, too. Especially the one that you said was kind of like me. The one with the locks. Because, hear me out. I expected sis to say the truth and to call it how she saw it.
What part though? Because she did say some things. I think she did hold some things back. But
there we go. That's what it was.
You mean when it comes to the conversation with Chris?
Yes, when the 3 bridesmaids rolled up on her?
Yeah, but not yet. Not yet. I agree with you. She did hold some things back.
A lot.
Yeah.
And he wanted somebody to kind of like praise him. Like he thinks, you know, because he lived in his car for like a couple months. Like, so what?
And it was a nice car too.
And what's the franchise he's the youngest black owner of?
A Subway.
A Subway.
I mean, that's something. Like that's
look here.
A lot of people go to Subway.
You don't act like, okay, you making millions of dollars, you out here balling.
You can be balling with a Subway.
You can be, but he's too hot shot for me. Mm-hmm. I ain't even gonna lie. I feel like we should have Googled his net worth. That's the only thing that we get from him and about him from other people. Mm-hmm. How is it in your wedding vows? All you can say is about the material things that you like. I
think for people, a lot of times they want to highlight their best points, their best attribute. If they feel like their body is the best, they'll show their boobs, show their butt, wear skin tight things. If they feel like the best thing about them is their money, they're gonna wear their money.
I get that, but you're in the face of somebody you're trying to have as your life partner. Your things don't guarantee a good marriage. Doesn't make me feel comfortable, mm-hmm. especially meeting you at first sight, that we're gonna have a great marriage. Mm-hmm. How many rich people lead unhappy lives? So what? You got something good for yourself, and what is that gonna woo her? She is well off too.
I think he knows he doesn't have a very likable personality. There's no way you can sit here and be like, man, everyone just love me. And I think he even said that people have always said bad things about him even when he was younger. Mm. So it's like, to have something that other people don't have, it's like, look at me now, look at me, everyone who said something about me, look at me now, I own this. He do have a big head.
Yeah, he's probably had a big head from but from young, because look at the way the daddy treats him. Like,
the daddy got a big head too.
Right. So he kind of didn't really have too much of a chance, but then he's a grown man, so I'm not gonna blame it on the daddy.
But he's a grown man with a little boy haircut.
You know, the high school football haircut. I mean, he's handsome, but let's not act like he's fine.
It's hard to see that he's handsome. I think if he was quiet,
like the minute he opened his mouth, is that mouth?
It just sucks all buzzes.
Just don't talk.
So when Pastor Dwight was like, "You guys are now husband and wife, and me kiss the bride," he asks if you want me to kiss you.
Bad as I'm in your face, you gonna tell me? Are you sure you want me to kiss you on my wedding day? What is you talking about? On the forehead or on the cheek? Who was you talking to?
Do you think he wanted to kiss her?
No, he didn't. That's what I'm trying to say. It was obvious from the moment he laid eyes on her. He wasn't attracted to her. And even when he said it before in the confessional, like, he didn't intend to hide it. He didn't intend to sugarcoat it for her feelings. It was about him and about him, period. Are you sure you want me to kiss you on our wedding day? Bruh, that's the one thing we came expecting.
So, but then again, some people don't want to just be kissing strangers, even though they are married. Some people are just like, maybe on the cheek, but not on the lips. Yeah, I don't know you like that. I don't know if you got a bump.
After you rolled your eyes during my vows. Okay? After you mouthed the oath while I'm coming down the aisle. After you had to fix your face about 5 times before I got there. Asking me if I want you to kiss me. Nah, bruh. You're trying to play in my face. And you would have heard something if it was me.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what episode it was, but when she was talking to the girls, I think she said that she would not want to kiss on the lips. They asked her.
How could he have known that?
No, but I'm saying the fact that she said that, and then she backtracked, even though she felt that there was a disconnect between them. I think she really wanted to win him over. I think she wanted to make him find her attractive.
That sucks.
I think it really bothered her that he wasn't.
Well, I feel like because she has such a great body, and she has beautiful skin. She's a beautiful girl. She just has a more average face. She's kind of tired of guys liking her only for her body. But now, when he didn't even give her personality a chance, she figured like, hey, we're married. Maybe I can win you over with the rest. I mean, it sucks.
They went to have their toast after the ceremony. And he initially said she had a beautiful shape. she has a smile that lights up the room, that she's beautiful, but she later retracted and said beautiful in her own way.
And he kept repeating, in her own way, in her own way. Okay, friend, damn. Like, what were we supposed to think? Because he says things to make himself look better, so it's not so obvious that he's an a-hole. That's it. That's the reason why he retracts certain statements. Like, he can't just leave it and let it be. So what? How we gonna know? Who gonna fault you for saying she's beautiful? She is.
Liquid courage.
Made the truth come out.
So they started talking about what they do for a living.
What does she do?
She said that she's an accountant, and she also owns a house that she rents out.
That's good money.
When she said that, he was like, that's scary. And she was like, why? What do you do? And he said that he's an entrepreneur. So did you hear when he said that? That's scary?
No. Why is it scary? Why?
That's what I don't know. I don't know if it's scary like, oh, that's like scary like a coincidence, or scary as in he be like finagling funds or something. I wasn't sure if it was like a good scary, like, wow, we just go together.
I don't think anything he says is with a positive connotation.
True.
At all.
So probably it intimidates him because he probably isn't, one, mishandles money, spends it on frivolous things. Two, who knows, maybe he do some illegal stuff.
Maybe it's not the characteristic of a trophy wife. Trophy wives stay at home.
She's intelligent, and you can hear what she says. She's very calculated. She thinks about what she's going to say.
I love that about her.
She thinks really hard about what she's going to say. Chris, he seems like he's not really book smart. He sounds more street savvy in a way. I think he finessed his way.
He made a couple right moves and made himself, got himself in a great position. Good for you, but that doesn't make you the genius of the century, friend.
Yeah,
you're not.
I don't think he's really book smart. So maybe that intimidates him. Maybe he wants a woman who is not so intelligent.
She speaks like she's playing chess, and I really like that.
Yeah,
like that about her. Like, even when she's bringing an issue to him, you see how she's just like, well, or I don't like this, and I did this, and I did this, and I have this question, it's not making sense. Can you make it add up for me? And he's like stuck. He hates that. She's always gonna win, and he can't take that.
Yeah.
Look the way his mama act with his daddy.
You mean as far as her being kind of like
quiet, letting him talk? Like, no matter if he's right or wrong, or if something he said is kind of off, her face doesn't change. She's like blank, like my husband's speaking, you know, I guess it's time for me not to say anything. Like, I just don't like the demeanor she has every time he opens his mouth. And there's like there was like the auntie and the wife, and everybody was just like, while he spoke, like, is he the star of the show? That didn't seem weird to you? It
gave me a little, wait, we're going ahead, but it did give me a little bit
pause.
That too, but you know, like in the animal kingdom, the lion, right? He be the only man with the pack of the lionesses, so he be in charge of all the women. Yeah, that's so what it gave me.
He ain't too tough. He's just around people that are.
Yeah, he around all the lionesses, and so he. Yeah.
But that's how his son acts. You can't be too strong or too smart for me. You can't, be too well off. You can't be, in competition or closer with me, or close in success with me. I don't like him.
And from the beginning, I didn't think he wanted, like, there's guys who they don't really care too much about the face as long as you got the big booty. He didn't give me that. He's not looking for a best friend.
He even said, like, they have great conversations, because I'm pretty sure she kind of like meets him at his level.
No,
because she wants it.
She exceeds his level.
Oh, yeah, in conversation for it to be great, like in the good things, like she has to meet him at his level. Like, if she keeps surpassing him, he's not gonna be happy. He wouldn't even say we have great conversation.
No, he couldn't. He couldn't even handle when she questioned him. He walked out the room.
He was stuck after. Tell him about when he fake cried. Like,
wait.
Look.
We gotta get to that. We didn't even talk about Jacob and Haley.
Oh, they weird, bro. Well, not even they, just him. He off.
Yeah.
Oh.
You think he off?
I think he's off up there. Yes, because you meet people and you keep talking about your house as if that's the only thing about you that's
wait. We getting ahead. Ahead. We didn't even talk about the tattoos.
Bruh, the tattoo, that's so stupid.
Paige was like, that's really crazy. You gave me the infinity necklace. I have that tattoo. The stars, they aligned.
She made me sick. Look, honestly, I would root for Paige 100. But the way she's like
oh, I'm a Christian, I'm a good girl.
But like you're talking about like fate, and you're like,
oh, I'm not gonna have sex on the day of the wedding.
But she gives it up 3 times.
No, I'm really reserved. That's what I want.
But then you talking about sex with sis, and you ain't even know she was out for you. Represent God properly,
Clara.
Okay? When you say I'm a Christian, people expect you to be just that. So when you kind of like acting weird, you moving funny, people are paying attention to that. They're hyper aware of you and all of your movements, all of your words.
But I want to backtrack to the Clara thing. She was kind of forced into the church, I guess, by her parents when she was younger. Also, she went to like a seminary school or a Bible college, and she dropped out and never went to church since. I do think she tries to find faults in the church.
Yeah.
So when she found out she was a Christian, she kept poking her like, but aren't you Christian? You're supposed to be submissive. You know, she talks about sex a lot for someone who's Christian, but I'm here for it.
You're speaking out of your hurt.
And the thing is with Paige, like, I can't blame her too much because I know my faith, but I know that sometimes I mess up. You know what I'm saying? So I could have all the intentions in the world not to have sex the first night, especially since they just met. But you know, given the situation, when you're put in the circumstance, you know, certain emotions might go and you might slip.
I think she acted out of insecurity because she's too smart to have made the move she made.
Yeah,
like this is not a dude you knew before, and you know, just because he's like so awesome and I chose to marry him and I'm just finna give him all I got. You just met, bruh. He gave you plenty of red flags. Yeah. And then you gave it up 3 times, bruh. 3.
Was it 3?
3. That's what she said.
But okay. What was I gonna say?
3 times. I'm not judging her, by the way. Do you? And you know, of course, we all slip, fall short of glory, but bruh.
So she asked him if he has any tattoos, and he said that
that tattoo.
Yeah, he said that he had the cross. A cross on what?
It was I think a cross and a crown.
Yeah.
To cover up his ex's name.
Yeah, because she was like, that look fresh. What do you think about him covering that tattoo 2 days prior?
I don't know. At this point, he just keeps doing dumb things. Like, what can you say at this point? Like, it's just...
You think it's sabotage?
What do you mean sabotage?
Do you think he's sabotaging himself?
Like
saying all the wrong things.
I think now that he's seen her and he realized that's not what I want, he's gonna say anything to like make her feel like you're the one that doesn't want me, not I'm the one that doesn't want you, so I won't be forced to say that I didn't want you.
Reverse psychology. So let me get you to hate me so that I won't feel so bad about not liking you.
That's it. I think. And even with how is he gonna explain that away? Like, I just think he thinks he's above everything. If he actually liked her, and he was like, "Whoa, that's my wife." Like, how are you gonna explain away the fact that you had a wife a couple months ago and you just cover up her name on your wrist?
He probably would have been like Eric. Eric wasn't like first thing meeting her. You know, I've been married before. He picked the time. Like he let her know his skeleton slowly. You know. Dad bod. They all are dad bods.
No, but he's like severe dad bod, like severe nerd dad. The plane flyer, the pilot. Yes.
They all do.
But his is the daddiest, but not in the good way.
The daddiest?
Yes.
No. Vincent is the daddiest.
He's like a father. Wait, who's Vincent?
Bald head.
Bald head. He thick. But he not as thick as on Baby Yoda. He ain't as thick as Baby Yoda.
Ryan?
Yes. His ears like he just come like Baby Yoda.
We need to call him Kate.
Nah, man. Ooh, Kate. Chocolate. Wait. Butter pecan. Butter pecan cake. It can't be vanilla, but it can't be chocolate. What is it?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter cake. Cake for days. Cake on sale. Okay? Cake for real. I mean, his booty just it's like a muscle booty. Foim. It's just up down and just and the camera tried to zoom in on it a couple times, but he had moved too quick. You saw when he was bending down in the room?
He can't be walking around landing like that.
He be wearing shorts. Stop playing with me. He said he couldn't go to jail.
He said that?
You said that.
Oh. Okay, so I think it was after the dog thing. Paige was like, are you holding on to some things? And then that's when he was like, honestly, I was engaged not too long ago.
Wait, is that what he said directly after that?
Directly after that, he was like, honestly.
Okay, see, that bothered me, that answer, because you didn't answer the question I asked you. Are you?
No, he was answering it.
But the way he answered it, I didn't like. There was a way he could have said that didn't make it such a slap in the face. But again, he's a jerk. He's on brand. I was engaged. So that leaves it like up to your imagination. Like, he's still in love with this girl. He didn't delete the contact. He got the pictures. He's still scrolling through. You check his wallet. You might see him and her. Like, he crying over her at night. Like, that's where your mind goes as a woman, especially as a woman who just met her husband.
If I was her, I would feel betrayed by Pastor Cal. Because he's so... I love him, but
I don't know how he slipped past Pastor. I don't know.
Yeah, he looks out, especially for the brothers, the sisters. So it's like, Pastor Cal, like, for real?
I don't know how he slipped past him, because honestly, even in past seasons, he don't take no mess. And that's what I really like about him, because you know his position because he makes it clear, and he tells you what he tell you like it is. Yeah. And for somebody like Chris to slip past Pastor.
But the thing is, when they were choosing the couples, he brought it up saying, like, I don't know about Chris because, you know, he's so persnickety or something like that. Like, he's very picky. He knew that. Then, like, maybe this isn't a good couple.
Maybe it isn't a good guy to be on the show.
Yeah. And this is something...
He got ratings, though.
This is some... But you can't ruin somebody's life for ratings.
I know, and I'm not blaming Pastor
because... This is marriage.
I'm happy that you said that, because I even forgot that piece when he did say that. But, I mean, you have to have a troublemaker. Like, you have to have somebody that we want to hate.
It could have been Virginia.
Honestly, there's a lot of people that dislike her.
But I think she's sweet. I mean, I think she is a sweet person.
Who, Virginia? Blondie?
No, Drunken Love.
Oh, Drunken. Look, baby, put the bottle down. Put it down.
Put down the bottle. She's a sweet girl. No, Clara. Clara probably would have been the villain.
Who's Clara? Blondie?
Yeah.
I'm mad with Clara. Honestly, I want to like her.
Wait. We'll get into that. Okay, so this is something I brought up earlier. What do you think if they switched Paige and Brianna? So Brianna was with Chris and Paige was with Vincent.
Okay. Brianna isn't as calculated as Paige. Brianna is more... I will say, when she gets comfortable and she starts to show her colors, you're going to see that she's more, impulsive. Like, if I don't like the way you do things, I'm going to let you know, and you're going to have to fix it. Like, she doesn't have patience on that front, and it's obvious. Like, she's holding back. I agree with you on that. But if Brianna was with Chris, because of that, we know about her, she's not going to take his mess. What? You had a wife just a couple months ago? What are you talking about? Like, she might not have, like, confronted him like that, but her actions and her, like, the things that she said would have reflected that clearly. She
wouldn't open up at all until he proves himself.
Right. She would not have taken his mess.
No.
Chris playing in Brianna's face, please.
But do you think he would find her attractive?
You know what? I really don't know, because honestly, it leaves me thinking, like, what is Chris's type? Does he like black women? Or does he like, you know, more Ethiopian looking black women?
I don't know. I didn't really want to talk about things that haven't been on the show, but I did.
It made me think about it.
I did see his engagement video.
I didn't see the engagement video.
So I didn't want to, because I like to just judge it based on what I see on the show. Okay. But I did happen to bump into it, and she was a black woman.
She was black?
Yeah.
Was she more Ethiopian looking, or she was more like looking like a...
Ethiopian looking?
Good hair. Like a deep tan, just not brown. You know what I mean? Like olive kind of skin.
I don't remember her too much.
I don't remember it. I don't know, and I'm not saying that that's his type, but I wanted to know what he thought was attractive. What did he really want?
I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know if I don't really know.
Because Paige, honestly, I know she has like a more of a regular face, but she is still beautiful. I mean, her part could use some help. Yes. Like, plug it, get a professional, like, let one of your friends tell you the truth. I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't want to say it's like colorism, like feeling like a certain skin tone. I'm not going to say that.
I wasn't necessarily implying that. I just wanted to know, like, what is your image of perfect? She's
a very pretty girl. Yeah. I can't tell you, like, if she was, like, Ethiopian looking. I'll say she's a pretty girl.
Well, he's so shallow. That's why I automatically went there. Usually, guys that are colorist, they are very shallow, like Chris. So, if it's not her, this awesome girl, who is it? I want to see the video.
Oh, okay. But do you think Vincent would like Paige?
Do I think Vincent would like Paige? I agree with you because she do got a badonka-donk. And she's really nice. She's agreeable. She's got a good head on her shoulders, and I think at the very least, Vincent he can spot value.
I think them two together would just be like kisses and hugs and marshmallows and teddy bears. Like, it would just be a whole lot of cuddling.
Yeah, Paige, she would steer it well, but with a person who had the right mindset for marriage. Or at least for commitment and long-term commitment.
I don't want to be disrespectful to the couples. It's just like us talking.
Y'all know me. I say what I'm on.
But I'm just saying, I think that if they switched,
I mean, it would have been a little bit better. Chris would have got a reality check.
Oh, yeah.
And Vincent would have ended up with a bomb girl. What?
But he still will. Cool.
He is with a bomb girl, but maybe not as, compatible with him. In my opinion,
it is what it is. At first, I saw Brianna and Vincent together, and I was like, "Wow,
they're beautiful."
Yes.
The day was perfect.
Yes. The next episode, I'm not saying there was anything wrong, but it felt a little forced to me. They're still on cloud 9. Like, wow, that was a beautiful evening last night, but I think they're holding back a lot. I think Brianna is holding back her full bossiness. I think he's holding back his. I think he's holding back a lot because I think that he does want to be the more take charge type of person.
I think he's used to women falling over him.
And with his culture, he wants a woman who kind of caters to him, fix him some food, maybe run his bath water, give him a massage when he comes home. I think he wants that.
He looked like she cussed when she said, I cooked to eat. He was like, what? He looked like she said a cuss word in church. Honestly, he looked terrified.
But I think that's why I said the whole Paige and Brianna thing. I think Paige would do that more so. I think Paige would cook for him. I think Paige would give him the massages. I think Paige
that girl. Just make better decisions, sis. Honestly, kick him to the curb, but get your check. So never mind. I don't know.
But let's breeze on by Jacob and Haley. Super quick.
Bro, Jacob is weird. He's weird. Like, okay, I get it. You know, your 80s vibe. You know, you still love the 90s, but you're not. I don't look at you and think this girl is stuck in the 90s. Like, he is stuck in the 80s. Like, he can't look around and see the world around him and see anything other than 80s.
Because, I mean, he lives in, like, a Neverland ranch at his house. He's made it into, like, a 80s beach house.
He's made a shrine for the 80s.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to kind of look at him from a different angle and like him because he's just strange, you know? And he's not, like, quirky, like, oh, we can root for him in his little weird stuff. I don't agree, but it's just...
Wait, let's talk about her walking out. Well, him standing there and then her walking out. So... he came out and walked to the altar, and her family, surprisingly, was just like nodding, like, yeah, you know, he look good. He looks older.
He does look very much older. Like, he look real old, like a strong grandpa. Yeah, like a strong grandpa, don't it? Muscly grandpa.
Like, okay, so if he really was a grandpa, people would be like, dang, he look good.
Right.
But is that an Atlanta thing where girls, they go for the older guys?
I don't know.
They was all like, yes.
Yeah, I don't
Even
know.
with Eric and Virginia, yes.
I guess they didn't know what to expect, so no matter who came up, as long as they looked somewhat decent, like, all right, this is better than what I feared.
So, Haley walked out.
Look, he was so stiff, dude. While she was talking to him, she was, you know, smiling. She was inviting.
Yeah.
You know, she wasn't overly bubbly. He was just right. And she was just trying. And he just kept giving her, like, stone face. And you can see her smile, like, fade. She felt uncomfortable saying her vows, like, why am I here?
Yeah. I think, she was trying to woo him a little at first, like, and she even said to him, like, this is weird, huh? And he was just like, Like, you know, he was really,
like, he's too cool to answer her questions or to speak to her.
I wasn't sure if it was, like, he think he's too cool or he's just, like, super nervous.
I think maybe he was nervous and he used the cool guy act to mask that, but it wasn't cool.
I don't even think that was a cool guy. I think that was just extreme nerves. He was speechless. Yeah, so it's like, you know the friend of the popular girl, she don't want to be seen with like the geeks or the nerds. That's what she gives me. And
you don't think she's down to earth? I think she is.
She gives me a little bit follower.
Oh, really?
A little bit, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But she does give me a
little
little bit follower.
Too. I kind of like her a little bit. Because we haven't even seen too much of her yet either, like as far as her personality.
Yeah, I guess I'm just looking at it based on how, in the last review we did, I mentioned how she seemed a little wishy-washy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she, like at first, she kind of like seemed to connect more with Brianna and Paige, and then at the bachelorette party, she was connecting more with Clara and Virginia. So it just seemed kind of like, I don't know.
Oh, like she's trying to find her crowd. Like, who's the it girls of this group?
Yeah,
let me stick to them.
Yeah,
okay.
That.
I see what you meant. I see what you meant.
Yeah. So when someone, he's kind of like uncool. He's kind of like geeky. So when he does his uncool stuff, she's kind of like, loser, you know, type of thing. Like.
But he is kind of a loser. It's kind of hard not to. But I get it. And the example with the girls made it make sense. But he is. I'm sorry.
What's his name? Chris and Paige's photos.
And Paige.
Stiff.
He looked uncomfortable.
Stiff, yes.
Like, very stiff. She was trying to, like, get the emotion in her face. And I'm just, for all the effort she's putting in, like, in the very first hours of knowing him, you would think, sis, he ain't it. But hey.
She was attracted to him, so I don't think it was that hard for her.
Even if I'm attracted to dude, just the thought that he's not attracted to me and he's not even making enough effort to hide it, that doesn't make me feel good. That doesn't make me feel like I want to fake it for you.
It might be some feelings she had when she was younger. Maybe she didn't feel attractive. So maybe she got older, so she started kind of like being like, okay, let me just get a little something back there, let me be more conventionally beautiful, try to be. And so it's like, when she comes across someone who does not find her attractive, it probably brings her back to when she was younger. She wasn't the attractive one, and then she did whatever she could to get that attraction.
See, now that's where God comes in. Yeah. This is where God comes in, because honestly,
I don't know, I could be just making this up, but I'm just saying
it makes sense, because why would such a beautiful girl accept this type of a treatment if she didn't have the confidence to match her character and her accomplishments? I don't want to say it's an identity issue, but if you knew who you were in Christ and what he says about you, you wouldn't accept this from a man, woman, boy, or girl.
I don't know about that.
He treated her trashy.
Listen,
why?
Because I know that we all fall short.
We all do.
And I know that I know my worth. But even in knowing my worth, I still made mistakes and knew I was making it. She gives me very much empathy. So it's like you can feel what other people are feeling. And those are the type of people who really attract broken, aka Chris type people.
They be coming out of the woodwork, bro.
Yeah. So it's like we think, okay, if we're nurturing enough, if we are their nurse, maybe we can heal them to a good character. So I get it. That's why I don't like put too much on her, because I know that I've done that, even knowing my worth.
I've done as well. Let me take that back. I get that. But as long with what you said, I saw myself in your explanation. I can't tell you how many times I've dealt with a Chris or a female Chris, and it's like I acted like I wasn't worthy of their presence, and I had to live up to their expectations, and being me wasn't enough. Again, we don't know if that's how she felt, but it's kind of what her actions showed us. So yeah, there's grace. There's grace to be had for her.
Okay, so they had the dances, the first dance. So there was Jacob and Haley. I don't know if you noticed it. When they were dancing, there was this girl looking at them, but she was looking at him like she missed that old thing. She want that old thing back.
I didn't see it. But the way she was just I don't know. She was like stroking her finger like, okay, maybe I want that. Why am I not married? But I just don't see him with somebody like her.
I didn't either, but she was sitting on his side.
How are they even, how do they meet?
He didn't give me that he has black friends. He didn't give me that.
At all.
That vibe.
At all.
She might be the ex who had the pet pumpkins.
Pet pumpkins. But you see somebody like that with pet pumpkins.
But the dance was just weird.
It's just
Haley felt awkward. She was like, what's everyone watching? It's like, because y'all the bride and the groom.
He's so stiff. He's like a tree trunk. He's just big and tall.
But
that's it.
That is always awkward. Like when you're at the wedding and like, especially if you have your back to them, so you gotta like turn around and watch them, and you feel like you're being invasive. So you're like, let me just turn back around and not watch.
But I like it. I like seeing the stuff. You know, like when couples are together.
You probably the type who wouldn't stop watching. You would just watch the whole time.
Oh, I'm gonna watch till you get off the stage.
You'd be like Brianna's friend, the one who's like,
How I'm gonna be at your wedding and not happy for you? Friend, you are dancing. I have to. I'm gonna watch.
I feel uncomfortable, like, because I feel like I'm making them uncomfortable.
You get on that stage, ain't nobody else there but you and your boo. It don't matter who looking.
No. So, Chris and Paige's dance. Do you remember their dance?
Chris and Paige. I think it was not equally as awkward, but also awkward because
what they were talking about.
The fact that he didn't look happy to be there. I was just annoyed the whole way. Honestly, I didn't see the magic of the moment.
Well, his question was, are you more of a girly girl or a tomboy?
What did you think he wanted her to say?
My thing is, what vibe was she giving for him to even ask that question? Nothing about her said tomboy.
No, but again, she had a more regular look, you know, to her face. She wasn't like, damn, I'm gonna catch you in a magazine, but it wasn't like, ooh, you ugly. So I guess he just wanted to know, are you dressing up because it's your wedding day, or is this you? Like,
I don't know.
I think he likes a girly girl.
Her dress was very feminine. Like the lace, the long, it was very feminine. Remember her friend was like, you're giving me black frozen girl. And then he followed it up asking if she wears like a lot of makeup, because she said she was in between.
I think he wants her to, again, along with the trophy wife story.
Yeah, because when she said she doesn't do too much, he was like, interesting.
Every time he said that word, it made me sick. Honestly, just...
I don't think he liked that answer, which is weird. Most guys, they don't want you to wear too much makeup. But I got the impression he wanted her to wear makeup.
Again, he didn't want someone for character. He wanted somebody for looks, because he's a shallow individual, or at least that is what he has shown us thus far.
You know what he gives me? You know, like how the pastors, they had them church flyers, him and the first lady. Maybe he wanted her to look like a first lady.
But the first lady ain't always cute, number one. Let's be honest. First lady ain't always cute. I can't even say that either, because he had the opportunity to be a part of ministry and he was just like, bump that. It's not making me money.
He's the definition of new money.
Yeah.
He is new money.
Yeah.
And doesn't know what the heck to do with it.
Coming from no money. That's it.
Yeah. I think he said that he spends like $3,000 a month on fast food. Like, you know, like Grubhub type of thing.
He on the road to his daddy. He gonna be just like him. $3,000 in food? What could you be eating free? $30. And I feel like that's all I need to eat for the rest of the week. He's on the road. $3,000 in food? What is you buying? You paying like 6 people grocery bills. And you stocking a house of 4 families.
$3,000. He paying 2 families rent. But it could be that overcompensating thing, you know, such as, like, what's his name? Jacob. Maybe when the 80s guy. Maybe he grew up, he didn't have like a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe he grew up in the 80s. Maybe he didn't have like all the video games or all the cassettes or all the VHSs and stuff like that. So now he has some money. He built his house in the things that he didn't have as a child. He probably bought all the vintage video games and is now hoarding that stuff. Just like kind of like Michael Jackson type thing. He felt deprived of a childhood, so he built a whole Neverland Ranch and had like Disney World in his house. He grew up, you know.
But what does food have to do with it? Do you think food is a comfort?
Maybe he didn't have that much. Like, he couldn't just be like, Mama, I want McDonald's. She probably like, do you got McDonald's money? Even if it was in that light and that's the reason why he's doing things, again, he doesn't care as much about legacy if those are your habits and if those are the habits you're allowing to continue. But that's also a habit of someone who feels rejected or abandoned. So, like, abandonment, especially in childhood, sometimes it causes you to hoard food especially. You know, that's one thing you're not going to take away from me. Or survival mode. let me take that food and store it, and just in case tomorrow I don't have it, type of thing.
Well, I guess that makes sense. It's only been, 2 years since he's been in this position?
Yeah, it has been quick. It has been. Yeah, okay. That's really new money. That's
new money.
baby new money.
And let's hope he has it for the next 10 years.
If he would stick it out with Paige, he would. So we gotta talk about when Chris was talking with Paige's bridesmaids. He was just over there contradicting himself. What was the first thing that was said?
He said, "Whoa, y'all rolling up on me?"
Yeah.
And then she asked the question. What was the question?
It was something along the... Oh, he said that Paige was the total opposite of what he's
how
used
you
to.
Start off the conversation with
that. And Nancy was just kind of like, what do you mean the opposite? Like, what do you mean by that? And he was just kind of like, he's used to women who, you know, are pretty and kind of bougie type of thing. And
you're talking to her friends,
but they didn't pick up on it. I think at first they thought that he meant like when pretty, like prissy.
What do you mean? I'm used to women that are pretty. So you're trying to tell me in my face that my friend is not pretty after you just married her?
And Nancy was like, you know, that's why I don't want, you know, guys who just want her because she's beautiful. She's like a trophy wife. And Chris was like, hold on. She's not no trophy wife. And they were like, huh?
But think about it. Like, that's the way he was letting them know right then and there. Friends, come on. I don't think she's pretty. I want a trophy wife and she's not. What else did he say? Sometimes you have a dating relationship, couple months, too many things happen and you ain't over it for the next year. Stop playing with me, bro. You was almost marrying somebody and this is somebody you spent time with and knew? What? When the friends came back together, I was just like, ooh. He gonna get it now. They're gonna tell her, and they didn't. And my girl, what's her name? Nancy. I was rooting for
your
Nancy.
Sister.
My sis, friend. Are we even related anymore? Like, why would you do this? You didn't tell her the main points. I thought you were gonna give it to her straight, cut and dry, and she was just gonna
and just say, "Girl,
this ain't it.
He's not into you."
Even if I would have advised you to stay in it so you can get your check. But move with caution. I would have made sure at the very least she did not sleep with him that night. Before my friend hears a hard truth out there, if I am present, you will hear it from me. You can be pissed with me all you want. But I told you what you needed to know to make an informed decision. You know, I'm here to see what you don't see. And I get it. You can be caught up. You know, it's my wedding day. I'm cute. I didn't get dolled up for nothing. You know, emotions are happening. But I'm here to make sure you're good.
Yeah. I did want him to say more to her.
I know, but then again, things are edited. We don't know, but they would have put that in there.
Yeah, but I think we should cut it here because we're gonna do episode 4 so we can get into more what we want to say, especially with the 3 times. But no, I don't think it was 3 times. I think it was 2 times.
I kept hearing 3. I don't know why.
No, because remember the dad said 2 times. You consummated 2 times.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it was at night and in the morning. But you know, I digress. So we will continue with episode 4 tonight.